First, log in to the Markbook site. Next, go to School Admin, add a group. You can call the group anything you like, but better to use a meaningful name. Refresh the Group tab. See the group you created. Now to add some pupils. Choose a CSV file of the pupils exported from your MIS system. Select all and move the pupils into the group you just created. Refresh the tab again to see they have moved. Now look in the Groups tab to find the group you created and click Edit to see them there. So, open a new browser tab and create an account on the learning site. This requires the usual creation of an account information. It is important to have the same email address on both the learning site and the Markbook site. Your Assessor ID is in your profile on the Markbook in My Account at the top right of the menu bar. The same with the Academy name. Cut and paste to ensure accuracy. Once the account is requested, it will be approved by admin. This could take a few hours, but we check every account request because there are children using this site. Once approved, you can log in using the information sent with the account approval email sent from admin. We have two sites because the Markbook is for teachers and assessors only, issuing marks, grades and certificates. The learning site is a community resource for supporting learning and evidencing learning. You can now check for pupils linked to you on the Markbook and automatically create accounts here on the learning site for them. Usernames and passwords are set up entirely automatically. You can get these from the Pupil ID letter link. Now let's look at how to set up the tests. First thing to do is to go to My Learners. Here you'll see the list of the groups and next to each group Online Test. So we select Online Test and we go to Register Online Tests. We've now made it so that we can have a progress exam and different versions of it for later expansion. So we choose the first progress exam and the first of the baseline tests, which is the 2014. Others will appear there later. Then we choose which day we're going to do it on and register, and that's it. Now then, we can see at the bottom of the page which students have been registered for this particular exam, and we can remove individuals if we want to. For example, if you registered a class of 30 and 2 were absent, you can remove the 2 absentees. Once you've got all the ones registered that you need to register, and we'll just go through the process again to re-register our test learners. And we're sure these are all ready, we can click on Start Test. The Start Test button then starts the test for all the students. The next section is how to get the student usernames and passwords and log in. Now we go back to My Groups and we can see the list with the online test and the pupil ID letter. So click on Pupil ID letter, and this provides a letter with the username and passwords for each of the students. It also provides information that might be useful within the course. There's an acceptable use policy for using the site, being a responsible citizen, and some general advice on participation in community groups. You may not want to print all of these letters, so there's a summary of usernames and passwords in the file linked to the foot of the page. So if we open this, we can copy the username and password list and paste it, for example, into a text editor. This means we can give out to each of the learners their learner ID and password so that they can log in to take the test. Now we log in as one of the learners from the front page, so we take the username of one of the learners, take the second one in this case, paste it into the input box, then the password, and log in. The first thing they'll see is the terms and conditions which they have to accept to use the site. Confirm those, and then they are straight into their user account. Go to online test and see that it's set and click start. Accept rules in the test and start the online test. 50 questions, so we can start and go through them sequentially, but equally well, if we want to go to the end, we can click on the question list and go to number 50, and at the end we'll see a finish button. Now the students must finish the test using that button or it won't be marked, and if they miss out the last question, it's the leave blank and finish button. If they go out of the area, it'll warn them. It won't stop their paper or anything like that, but it's so that you as the teacher can see that there's something going on.